It is Saturday, somewhere in the end of August, maybe 27. And I have been out driving out in the morning, and it's very much rain today, and it will be maybe 2 days more with heavy rain. And so it will be to be home and do some work, and it's gonna be maybe some episodes I do when I'm inside my home. I don't know yet, but I feel like that spirit that was the last time when I was out in the forest, when I did it in uncontrollable environment, and the spirit that come, she was talking about the nature, and not only the nature around us but the nature inside us, and because we belong to the nature, and it seems like many don't understand that we belong to the nature. So why do we hurt the nature when it's where we belong? And I was passed by a field with cows in it, and it was a class. Maybe they were about 12 years old, those kids. And the teacher, he didn't pay attention to what the students were doing. He was going very, very fast. He maybe had a time to have to come to a place, because he was walking very fast, and it was only a little group of girls that ran after him, and then it come another group that was a little slower, and then the third group, it was boys that was. They were about 5-6 boys, and they were fighting the whole time. They're doing bad things, and when they come to the cows, one of the boy he took rocks and he threw it on the cows, and it seems like one of them wanted him to stop to throw the rocks, so he pushed the boy to the fence. It's electric fence there where the cow was, but he don't hit the fence, and there. But then after that, the boy had threw the rocks. The teacher come and said, "Tell them to hurry up." But he didn't see what had happened, because he was too much running before the kids, and he didn't do his job as a teacher. He must hold together the group, but he didn't. But there is many strange teacher in our time, and you know that on Saturdays I try to be more serious about what is say in the Bible. But I'm coming back to that, what the Spirit say in the park about to more study and look at the source of things. And I have hard with the revelation. It is what the Spirit was telling us, that so much is symbolic. So you should not read the Bible literally. It's very much symbolic language in it. And still today we use very much symbolic when we talk. So that is not only about the past, that they talking symbolic. We do it also today, if you think about it. And there is some areas here on this planet, it is very much symbolic language, more than what we maybe have in the United States and Europe. But we have more than what we are thinking about, because we are so used to use this symbolic language. So that's very important to know the symbolic in it, to understand the Bible, and also go with the Spirit. And is this the 4 horsemen that will come in the end of time, when it start to be tied up for this planet, to really understand that this is serious. This is serious, this time when the 4 horsemen is showing up. That means a time of hardness, very much suffering, evil things going on, and confusing time, and so and the shift is taking place. And this is symbolic about the thunderstorm outside. Is the thunderstorm happen when the heat, the warm weather, hit the cold weather. There is no balance over it. It's no balance, and it be electric building up in those clouds, and it's going to be a thunderstorm. And they say we are going to have thunderstorm, because when I was driving outside, it was very much rain, but I didn't felt uncomfort. I felt like it was nice, because the rain was warm. I go wet, but that when I come home I change my clothes to dry clothes. So that was nothing today. It was nice to be out for a little while and be wet. And so it's this with those four horsemen that will come. And this story about Revelation, it's written of someone, his name is John, but they don't know who is the John of the Revelation. It's a only discussion about it, but they don't know. And he was on this Greek island, Partos, and it was that island, the Greek island. It was very common that the Roman Catholic Church was soldiers, military, was sending people to those islands where it was hard to could escape from the island. They have to stay there until someone was coming with a boat and take them away from the island. And of course there were fishermen that could take them, but it was a little harder than be on land. And I think I was flying over this island when I was traveling to Israel. Last time I was in Israel, 2016, because I was flying over the Greek islands. So it maybe was there. I take a picture. I take many picture of Greek islands from the airplane, because it was so beautiful. It was clear weather, so I could take many pictures. And this with a horseman. The horse, it means power and force. That's symbolic for it. It's a powerful force. And you can pondering about it. Who is it that is the force? Is it the horse that take those men on them? Who is it that take charge? Who is that have that power? Without those horses, the horsemen can't ride and coming to us and make those bad war and famine and all this trouble we're gonna see, and it have already started. It's very much going on now. Of all those, what the horsemen are symbolic for, it have already started to take place, and you can ask, is it the horsemen that have? Is it the horseman that control the horse, or is it the horses that control the man? That is a question. It's very deep, that you need to think about, because when a horse want to do their thing, whatever they want to do, a man cannot hold back the horse. So who is have the power? The men can ride the horses, but they can't force them to walk for example, walking over a snake, that horse gonna stand up on his two legs and up in the air and screaming and throw away the man that sit on him. So the forces is there in the horse, and the man is the hold and try to get that force in their direction, where they're coming for, to what their agenda is. So they can't do anything if the horses doesn't want to go there. So it must be a balance between them, that they agree both to do these things. And we have going on now in August 27, and every day is it a killing here in Sweden, and already now it's more shooting and killing in Sweden than what we have last year. So it's been worse and worse and worse going on. And then I watch television, and I always watch the news in the morning, and it's a flood, killing people and crash their houses and take away their harvest. And it was saying this about Africa, that in some area there is so extremely hot and warming, and it's burning up everything. So it's a famine going on today. So we should be awake and see the sign of what is on its way to happen. And for me, that is going to Israel, that I am told from heaven that I should take a flight to Israel and stay there in 2 months. It says 2 months. I should pay hotel for 2 months. And I started to think that maybe if I don't get the money for 2 months hotels, then it means that yesterday I got one of the first paper about what illness I have, what's going on in my body. And my doctor wrote it in English, so I didn't need to translate it. So that saved me money. I have one more mail that is coming, and that is also in English. And it cost some money to get it translated from a business that can put a stamp that is correct translated. And now when I get the paper in English from the doctor, I don't need that, and that's saved me about two nights at a hotel. I count it like that. I count everything in a hotel now, because I will see. I maybe is going to lay in a hospital in Jerusalem for some days, and then I don't need to pay for the hotel. And I am going to... I can't be in the hospital if I don't get any funds. I get money from the foundation, funds, donation money to the hospital. I can't do it if I don't get that. So it's still much to wait for, to see what will happen. And now is it only 2 weeks left until we have election, and it is... Many is telling that this Nazist party is going to win. And it doesn't take place immediately that they harm us that is Jewish. They are going for them, mostly for the Muslim first. So, but it will come. It was the same with Hitler. He didn't do so much first. In the beginning, he only took Jewish people into the camp and hold them there, and they have some areas where Jewish people had to live in. And they didn't kill them in the beginning, but then it started later on. So it's now in September. I don't vote, so I don't know exactly the day, but it's in middle of September. And I am in Israel in November, and I count that it doesn't going to happen anything radical in the beginning, because they're gonna have party and brag about it, like this things, only showing for each other what power they have. And then in November I am in Israel. So it's very much what they say from heaven. It's very much that seems fit into to what they want me to do, that I should be in Israel in November, and that it's have not going bad yet. Maybe not this year. Next year it will happen. And if I see that how it's going, and I know if the Nazist party is going to win, I stay in Israel. I'm going to ask for asylum in Israel, and that in that way it doesn't matter that I don't be accepted as Jewish, because I have enough to get asylum at least. And then is it also this, that I have to be there in 2 months for the hospital to check me out in my body and what to do and what they will do. It can take 2 months. And I am thinking that I get my illness. Did I get when I started to walk under God in year 2000, and I become sick about in the spring of 2001, and I have faith that heaven, God, heaven is going to heal me, because this damage in my body was because I should walk around in the United States as the most needy person and test people what they were doing when I come, but they never ask who I was. They don't know anything about me in the United States. They didn't know anything when I was there. Nothing. Most didn't know even my name. They didn't care. So they don't pass the test. So I will see what will happen with the church when the judgment day will come. When Jesus Christ or Messiah will standing in the front of the door to the church, what he will do. And it doesn't need to be a man. It's maybe a force that's standing there. So it's gonna be fire and killing in the church and these things. The pastors, preachers is going to fall down in a heart attack or something like that. I don't know. But it can happen that the day when the Messiah is coming back, when he's coming, it will be a judgment here on earth first. But it is those that pass away, they also get their personal judgment in heaven. And so this I don't have a paper on those horsemen, what it is. The white, it's a white horse, John saw, and I have seen the white horse also in a vision, and it was for maybe 8 years ago, like that. And the horseman, he was coming from out of space, from the universe, with his horse, and when he almost hit our planet, it was like something around our planet was holding him back. So he was like bunching back to the universe, away from our planet, and I was thinking maybe he will come back, but maybe it's the bunch I saw. Maybe was it too much for him, for the white horse to come. to come to our planet. It maybe can be, like I have said many times, that our planet is doomed. Maybe this white horseman saw it when he come, and it was too much evil going on already. It says somewhere in the Bible, it says that when he's coming back, will he see any faith here on earth? And I tell him the only faith is me. I have 100% faith. So one person stand up for the faith at least. So that I watch yesterday. I have tried to watch this movie Matrix within. I think it's the same name in English, Matrix, from 1999. But I can never come to the end because I'm not going with it because it's so. I'm thinking this when this man, when they say in the Matrix, they say that this is year 2199 he is in, and they still have these telephones. Is that these telephones that make it so wrong? They have telephones that they push button. They don't have this disc to turn around. They have a more modern telephone, but they have still buttons to press. It was a little time we have this, because then we got this mobile telephone coming very fast there, and I almost not remember that we had that between this disc to take around for to dial a number and between and mobile telephone. And they have that in year 2199. So these kind of things take away my focus in movies if I see something like that. And in that time, technical, we could do so much more than to be depended on technical things, because we should know more about ourselves, how to do things in a nature way. And I talk about this movie because I wanted to wait for the spirit that was talking about the nature to come forward, because she said that she should come back and talk a little more about what she was talking about. I don't remember really what she was talking about, but she knows it. But this was about Noah Ark, and it's that is Noah Ark is very symbolic things. It's not literally, but those that don't understand God and doesn't understand heaven, that they think that everything is literally. And now I'm back with Matrix movie again, because it was something that heaven wanted me to watch, because I was thinking, why do I watch this old movie, Matrix, about... but it was something that the Spirit wanted to tell me about this. How do we know that we are in reality? That it's what we see is real, or are we in another dimension, another world? That was Matrix was talking about this, how to know. And in the end, that's why I couldn't follow it. It was not only about the telephone, it was this that it go back and forward in different dimensions. So, and then I was thinking, is he in the real world now, or is he in the Matrix world? And I have seen it almost when it come. This maybe as I saw that this movie first time 2005 like that, and I have never could see this movie in full length. This time I tried to do that, because I come into the movie when it have just started, so I could get some grip of why he was there. And so it's about this, about different dimensions and the world, and the heaven want me to see it, about that. And when I watch this movie, I get this about Mark Zuckerberg, the Facebook man, that he want this meta world to be a reality, to be the real world. That's what he and his man are on their way to do to young people. They try first on young people, but now they start to be more and more on old people also, that they can go back to the old time and not live in today. And that is, it was so much I get this, not deja vu. He say that in the movie when he saw a black cat come, and he saw the black cat come twice, And I got the deja vu, he say that, to these people around him. And those people understood that the enemy was doing things inside this man's brain and change it, the brain. So it's is it it's coming a question now. It's a spirit here that have that question, and I think that someone of you is saying this also, that I get it here in a spirit way, and the question is it what Mark Zuckerberg wanted to become? Do he want to have this matrix world that we should live in? And the movie is showing how fragile it is. If one of those pieces, though one of the chain, the block in the puzzle, if it's not right, everything fall. It was really on its way to fall, everything. I know that, I think I know that the good win in this movie. It have happened. I watch movie that turn out to be that the good are losing. I have seen some of this. So not every movie is ended in good way. So it's those people that is not awake, they don't understand me. They say to me that this is very good, this with to have virtual reality glasses on. They say that to me and say you're only old and stupid. They say to me, but they are not awake. They don't understand that they are not awake, that it can change your brain. And it have happened, that it have changed the brain. And many of those that come with knife and stab and kill and shoot and kill, they live in this world. So, and they say at the news today, this morning, that it's more and more young people that are killing, not of hate, not of religion, not of mental sickness, they say, and they don't know where does those people coming, that they don't can blame it on mental issues and not about real born evil like that. But it is this that Mark Zuckerberg is on his way to build up a world that doesn't exist. It only exists inside the brain of young people. And for me, it's very scaring that we are going to that. That those with much money, they have the power to could change our world, and we will see this. And there is sensitive places here on earth that is very dangerous, that they will find and can come into this red button that make it nuclear war going on, that there is lunch killing more than killing between countries, killing the whole world, if they can come in and push the button. So this spirit that is here, it's saying that we should pray. We should pray about this, what's going on, not only in the nature way, but also what those with lots of money, and do they know they do the evil things? I am sure that they know what they're doing. They are awake, but in a wrong way, the opposite. They want us to not see the reality, what's really going on. They take over this planet in their way. And you see how he looked like, Mark Zuckerberg. He looked like a robot. It's scary to see how his face, that is like he is a robot machine, and evil things, because he want to change our way to see the world in his way, evil way. And oh God, we ask you to come and hold your hand over here, and that we need this cleaning up of evil things. We need to take away this, that people look at as it is, like it is good, but it's evil. So even if we don't think that we can open up the eyes of people, is it anyway we need to get help to clean up in the world we live in. It's going to be a real disaster. It's going to be so very extremely hard for us to live here. Even if we know what to do and stay calm and work on to have the peace. Is it hard for us, God, to see the world change? That it have started to change, and it will be more change of the evil things going on. We need to stay firm in this storm that is building up. We need help to do these things, that sort out the evil, so it stay in one place, that doesn't touch us. Oh God, we pray to you that you make a split between evil and good, so we really not be touched of it, that it's going like a parallel world of evil that doesn't never come over to our side to hurt us. Well, we need protection of this to feel like we are starving, that we are worried. We need to have this covering to calm us down and really could see the future, that we get a light, a ray of light coming in to comfort us, to know that we don't belong to that side, we belong to this side, between evil and good. We ask God for you to help people that is between, that is not in balance, that they know where to go, so they are coming to our side of light and not be confused. And that is the worse, that to not know where to go, and they need help, these people that is between good and evil. They suffer so much. We ask you in heaven to help them to see the good, even if the world just now try to covering the old so it look like it's good. Let them could see that what is a lie and what is the truth in what they see and hear. Let them get the sign of that it's some fake going on, that evil agenda is on around them and try to get them. Let them get those signs in their eyes and in their ears to know this is something that should not be in my life. Let them could hold back and push those that try to get them into the wrong side of life. Let them not could have any success. Let them come over to our side, those people that is between. Because those that is in the evil side, they know what they are. They know they are doing harm things, evil things, but not those between. We must clearly know what is good, what is bad. We must know it, because we can't survive if we don't know it, God. So help us to clean it out. So thank you, and we pray in your will, God, that we want to help you, God. We want to do your will. What God's will and heaven's will we will do. So thank you. Thank you. It's the end of this episode. I may be recording later on one more episode. I don't know. It's depend on the spirits what they are saying. God bless you.